Hey everyone, welcome to the Explainer. Imagine this. You show up for a crucial, high-stakes clinical shift and you're sent home without pay, just because of a simple administrative oversight. Sounds awful, right? Well, if you're a nurse in Maryland, consider this your ultimate survival guide to make sure that never happens to you. We're going to walk through the exact steps, the strict state regulations, and even some brand new requirements you need to know to keep your Maryland nursing license active and in completely good standing.
You know that relatable nightmare scenario we just talked about? Honestly, it happens way more often than you'd think. Picture this. Maybe you've just relocated for an active, super high-paying travel contract. You walk in totally ready to crush your shift, but then the charge nurse pulls you aside. Turns out, your license lapsed yesterday. Boom. You are sidelined immediately. Absolutely no work, no pay, and suddenly, you're dealing with a massive headache.
The bottom line here is if your license lapses, you cannot practice, period. You are completely sidelined right then and there. It's a severe legal and financial consequence, and honestly, every single nurse wants to avoid it. Okay, let's dive into this and look at the exact cure for this kind of career anxiety so we can secure your professional standing without any hiccups at all.
All right, so here is our roadmap for today's Explainer. First, we'll look at the real cost of letting your license expire. Then, we'll break down how to actually meet your renewal requirements. Third, we've got to look at a mandatory new training that kicks in for 2026. After that, we'll navigate the online portal together. Then, we'll hit the exact fees, deadlines, and some special cases. And finally, we'll wrap up with some final tips and our legal disclaimer. Let's get right to it.
Number 1. The cost of an expiration.
Okay, so missing the deadline doesn't just mean paying a quick late fee. Oh no. If you don't renew on time, your license becomes expired immediately. That means it is literally unlawful for you to practice nursing in the state of Maryland. On top of that, you're hit with late penalties, and here's the worst part. You can't just log in and click Renew anymore. You've got to go through a full reinstatement application process. And trust me, that takes significantly more time and effort away from your actual career.
Number 2. Meeting your renewal requirements. Let's get you qualified.
Now, there's a really common misconception out there that you always need a mountain of continuing education no matter what. But in reality, you only need to pick one pathway. If you're an RN or an LPN, you can renew by showing 1,000 hours of active practice in the last 5 years. Or you can show you've completed a board-approved nursing degree within the last 5 years. Or, as a third option, you can complete 30 continuing education units, or CEUs, in the 2 years right before your renewal. See, you just have to satisfy one of those 3 distinct options.
Now, if you are an advanced practice registered nurse, like an NP, CNS, CNM, or CRNA, you do have a specific, separate requirement. You absolutely must maintain your active national certification from your certifying body, like the ANCC or ANP, and actually submit proof of that to the board. And of course, you still have to maintain your base RN license alongside it.
Section 3. Mandatory new training for 2026. This is a big update.
So the state recently enacted a brand new mandate, and it requires a specific training course in implicit bias and structural racism. This is designed to address both individual and systemic biases in healthcare delivery, ultimately to help close health equity gaps. So, the crucial point here is that this is a one-time mandatory training requirement. You've got to complete a board-approved version of this exact course for your first license renewal that occurs on or after April 1st, 2026. Definitely put a pin in that one.
Moving on to Section 4. Navigating the online portal.
Okay, the online system is actually designed to be pretty streamlined, but only if you follow the exact sequence of actions. Step 1, you're going to log in using your social security number, your last name, and your license number. Step 2, you'll review and just quickly update your demographic info. For Step 3, you must complete the mandatory workforce questions. You'll spot these because they have a little red asterisk next to them, and the state actually uses these to analyze the current nursing shortage. Finally, Step 4, you just pay your processing fee.
Now, what's really interesting about this part is an insider secret that will honestly save you a ton of frustration. The most common login failure happens literally right at the start. Why? Well, the state's online system never, ever uses the letter O in any of its license identifiers. So if your license looks like it has a capital O in it, always type the number 0. Doing that completely prevents those annoying immediate portal errors and lockouts.
Section 5.
fees, deadlines, and special cases. I want you to visually cement this number in your mind right now, 28. Your Maryland nursing license is always going to expire on the 20th day of your birth month every 2 years. It's that simple. And to add to that, if you were born in an even year, you renew in an even year. Born in an odd year, you renew in an odd year. The 28th is the magic deadline.
When it comes to the costs, take a quick look to find your specific credentials so you know your fee schedule. Just note, these are the updated fees that go into effect on July 1st, 2025. So for an RN, the biennial fee is $191, which conveniently includes that $26 Maryland Healthcare Commission assessment. For an LPN, it's $165, and for an APRN, you're paying the RN base fee plus an extra $50 for your advanced practice certification.
Let's move to and see how this builds for some special cases. Like, what if you've been out of practice for a bit and you lack those required 1,000 clinical hours over the last 5 years? Well, you can't just reactivate immediately. Instead, step 1 is applying for a 90-day temporary license, or using an inactive license. Step 2, you use that time to complete a board-approved nurse refresher course. And finally, step 3, once you're done with that, you submit a conversion form, along with a conversion fee, to fully restore your active status.
Section 6. Final tips and our legal disclaimer.
And this brilliantly illustrates how proper preparation is going to save you from a massive last-minute crisis. First off, always keep your email updated, because the board sends out the renewal notices about 3 months before your expiration. Also, you can jump onto the portal and renew online up to 60 days early. Now keep in mind, if you have a prior conviction or maybe a disciplinary action that requires a background check, that's going to add more than 10 days to your processing time, so definitely don't wait until the 27th. Finally, when you get to that successful payment screen, always save your final payment receipt for your own records, just in case.
Before we officially close out, I do need to give a quick reminder. This explainer is for informational purposes only. As a licensed professional, it is your personal responsibility to maintain compliance. So, viewers should verify all details directly with the official Maryland Board of Nursing or consult a professional advisor to ensure you are fully compliant with all current legal and regulatory requirements. Knowing the rules, tracking your hours, and really understanding that online portal, these are the absolute keys to a stress-free career. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Are you fully prepared to protect your practice and step into your next shift with absolute confidence? Don't wait around. Log in, organize your documentation, and secure your professional future today. Thanks so much for joining this explainer, and we will definitely catch you in the next one.